Hey y'all, it's your girl Kim Bella Roxy. Shout out to all my Kimbays and my Kimboos. Y'all, so we about to get into social media tea. We haven't ran down the social media drama, so we're gonna get back into things. Already told y'all. I hope y'all got y'all bell notifications on, cause you just never know what's going to go live. So here we are. Now, soon as I get on Instagram today, y'all, look what comes up. This is a hot topic. I was just reading on it, and this is y'all know Rashida husband Kirk Frost. This is his daughter involved. Apparently her boyfriend T Hood, he a rapper. He was fatally shot in Atlanta, and it has been a lot of noise behind his death. And apparently, was like abusive to her. I'm not too sure, but yeah, she came out because people were saying that she had something to do with it. And I really don't know why folks go to the girlfriend or the boyfriend. I guess that's the first suspect when you get unalived and then there's a situation behind it. So the first suspect be the boyfriend or the girlfriend. But this is so sad because, if she didn't have nothing to do with it while she's grieving, she has to talk about it because it is a big thing. It was the first thing that came up on these social media streets. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So this is rapper T Hood, and this is Kelsey Frost. Like I told y'all, that is Rashida Frost's husband, Kirk Frost's daughter. So let's read what she said because I guess she was fed up with the BS that was coming behind it. So let's go ahead and read what she had to say, and then we're gonna watch a little bit of these clips about rapper T Hood because before this, I don't know if y'all knew who rapper T Hood was. I didn't, and I still don't know. But once a person is gone, then it becomes news. It's crazy that you don't know a person until they gone. But let's talk about it. Let me just make sure y'all can hear me. Let me just do a mic check. Let me go on here and make sure I am live. Everything is going good. Hold on. Yeah, mic check. Let me go on here and make sure I am live. Everything is going. All right, so this is what Kelsey Frost had to say. She said, first off, I've been advised not to speak up by plenty of parties. I can't sit back and let this narrative being created go on. The love of my life is gone. The man I lay with and cuddle every single night is no longer here. So, as I want to ask for respect and privacy, I won't because I will always defend my baby. I don't condone this in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I am sick to my stomach. I don't wish this on anyone. My brain's all over the place. This is a total nightmare. But I'm going to get this off. I don't even have time to grieve or say my respects in the right manner because I am defending myself, being attacked by people who are creating weird and sick rumors. But I would love to give insight and let the people who love him get understanding. She said, I don't have the right words, but I'm going to keep typing while I'm also respecting his family and loved ones. So please stop listening to the people who weren't there. Listening to all these rumors and conspiracy theories will get nobody anywhere, but just following a false narrative. I hate I have to even post this, but I won't let y'all bully me and put the blame on me, making it seem like we weren't one. I ain't ever fathomed no ish like this. I love my man with my entire heart. Sending me threats, I am grieving too. I am hurting too. I don't harm anyone or ask anyone to harm him. Or I didn't ask anyone to harm him. I didn't call for anyone to come help me. I didn't ask for this. I would never. My baby was still healing from being shot 3 times. We handle our business in private. I am livid also. I didn't call my family for help. For one, I'm the girl. I am the only girl. And I know we would be right back together that same business. I didn't call a brother. What she said? I don't know why this message box right there. What she said, I didn't involve my folks in our business. I didn't call a brother. I didn't call anyone but his mother. That's my baby. I don't care who's involved. I don't condone this. I am not okay. Wow. So, no, I'm not going to sit here and let y'all create some sick narrative of me. I never want him hurt or call anyone to get him hurt, no matter what. We always got through anything together. And now I am alone in this. I will keep speaking my truth for my baby. He was living and should still be here. I love you, baby. Please come visit me and take me with you. I can't argue with all y'all, and I don't want to. Y'all will hear what she say. Y'all will hear, pick, and choose what y'all want. But I didn't want this. Ask for it, call for it, set it up, or ask for it. I didn't want to be involved in this. I don't care who was involved. 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 33-year-old Tevin Hood. They say he was a rapper known under the name T Hood. Damn, so this is crazy. Like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. I don't know. It sounds like, she said she don't put her family in their business. She's the one that just, will go right back into the relationship after a disagreement, an argument, maybe some physical altercation. I don't know. But apparently people is thinking this girl has something to do with it, like she set him up. Until I guess, the internet is a wild place, and the internet is going to put out what they want. And like she said, people going to believe what they want. They're going to run with what they want. But the truth is the truth. And all you could do is stand on your truth. You got people like, if that's a false narrative, you're going to see these things, and it's going to touch you in a way that's going to be not good. So my advice to this girl, Kelsey, is to like stay off the internet for a little bit, because the internet gonna do what the internet gonna do. And whatever happened to T Hood was done in the dark gonna come to the light. I'm a firm believer of that. What's done in the dark is gonna come to the light. That's point blank period. So I hope she didn't have nothing to do with it. I don't never pin nothing on nobody unless we got the facts. So I don't know where people is coming up with stuff like this. But like I said, the internet is the internet. And there's so many lies on the internet. It's just some truth on the internet. And I also believe, every rumor got some truth to it. So I don't know. Maybe she threw out threats in the past and said, I'm gonna get my brother, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And then when shit hit the fan, people just remember those words. So I don't know. I thought this was crazy. If y'all don't know who she is related to, y'all know. Let me see if I could bring up something. Let me bring this up right here. If y'all don't know who Kelsey is, we about to on. I think it's just so crazy because you can't help what people gonna say on the internet. Everybody got, they can have an opinion. It's just like everybody got an asshole. Everybody gonna have an opinion. So my best bet when you're going through something, don't go on the internet because you're going to see some stuff that you don't want to see. And that's just that. There's no way around it. And it's crazy. But let's get a little backstory on did I put it up there? All right. Let's get a little backstory on who T Hood was. And let's see what this is about.
Hood began his musical journey in Mountain, Georgia. He started rapping shortly after high school, performing at teen parties and local events, although it wasn't until about 5 or 6 years ago that he began taking music seriously. T Hood crafted a unique niche in the Atlanta hip-hop scene, embracing what he called freaky trap, a fusion geared toward fun, celebration, and nightlife. He emphasized danceable, energy music rather than traditional gangster rap, positioning himself as the life of the party. He earned acclaim for his raw energy, authentic voice, and storytelling rooted in Atlanta's underground culture. On May 12, 2025, T Hood released Girls in the Party, a bounce-heavy track gaining traction in nightclubs, playlists, and local radio, hinting at his readiness to cross over to broader success. Atlanta's local scene deeply embraced T Hood. Not just his music, but also his presence across studios, shows, and social media. His image, including a signature single dreadlock, added to his recognizability. Tributes following his death highlighted how embedded he was in the city's creative ecosystem. T Hood has died after being shot at a residence in Gwinnett County, Georgia. He was 33. According to reports from Channel 2 Action News, the incident occurred on Friday evening around 7 p.m. at a home located on Lee Road in an unincorporated area of Lilburn, just outside Atlanta. Gwinnett County Police responded to calls about a domestic dispute that had escalated into gunfire. Upon arrival, officers found Hood suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Emergency personnel administered life-saving measures on the scene before transporting him to a local hospital. Despite their efforts, Hood later succumbed to his injuries. Authorities confirmed that one person was detained for questioning at the scene, but no arrests have been made as of now. The investigation into the shooting remains active, and police have yet to release further details regarding the nature of the dispute or the individuals involved. Hood's family confirmed his death to local media, and tributes have begun pouring in across social media platforms from fans and fellow artists. Known for his distinct voice and growing influence in Atlanta's underground hip-hop scene, T Hood had developed a loyal following through his music and viral social media content. His death comes just weeks after he posted an eerie comedy skit on Instagram in which he appeared in a cemetery dressed as a ghost. A video that some fans now find haunting in retrospect. Gwinnett County Police continue to urge anyone with information about the shooting to come forward as they work to determine what led to the fatal confrontation. The hip-hop community mourns the loss of a rising artist whose career was tragically cut short. T Hood embodied the spirit of Atlanta's underground, a self-made artist whose music brought an infectious, playful energy to the trap genre. From early local performances to steadily expanding his catalog with notable releases and collaborations, he was on a path to rising prominence. His untimely passing cut that journey short, but left a mark on those who
So y'all heard that. That's a little background of T Hood. Apparently it was something regarding or surrounding domestic violence. I wonder if they was at Kelsey house. I don't know. But y'all see Rashida right here, Frost. Um, let me see what to say. So that's Kelsey. They trying to figure out who is to blame. They don't know what happened. They don't know what happened. And that is her dad. So if y'all don't already know, this is her dad who I'm telling y'all, Kirk is her dad. So we will have to wait and see the fact rest in peace to T Hood. Nobody deserves to go out like that. You know, people should be dying by natural causes, not by gunfire. But time and time again, we come across these things, and it's just crazy. So hopefully Kelsey can rest things, put things at rest. She can stay off the internet and grieve the proper way, because the internet will have you going crazy for real. It will have you going crazy. All right, let's see what else is next. I'm going to leave that where it's at because, like I said, if I don't got the facts, I'm not putting nothing on nobody because it will tear somebody down. And she is at her weakest moments at the end of the day. So let's get back into social media. Let's see what's next because Finesse Two Times mom is like, gotta go find me. We gotta talk about Finesse Two Times and his mom. Oh, I gotta get to it. All right, so oh my goodness, I need to get comfortable. All right, so let's go ahead down. Like I said, Finesse Two Times mom gotta go find me, and she been going off because apparently Finesse two times and his mom is beefing, and he won't pay the lady bills, and she feel entitled because Finesse two times been paying this lady bills, I guess, for a minute, and the moment they get to beefing, he don't want to pay no more. So let's get into that because I thought that was crazy. That was another hot topic. Let me see where is it. I think they're gonna give Diddy a little time to sit. I really do think Diddy gonna sit for a little bit. How long? I don't know, but he gonna sit. Chris Brown been doing his thing. Come on, where's Finesse two times, mom, and all this stuff? Cause it's just new. It's always news, boy. It's always something. I'm trying to tell you. And then you got Cash Doll running off with the Nail Tech money. People is crazy. All right, let's see. All right, so Finesse Two Times mother, Plura, has created a GoFundMe account after facing eviction. Allegedly, her son stopped helping her financially. While she didn't directly name the back end rapper Alexander, share a lengthy note pleading for assistance. I'm reaching out for help as I face eviction and the urgent need to find a new place to live. Until recently, my son was helping me pay my bills, but after a falling out, I've been left to manage everything on my own, she wrote. Oh my goodness. And people in the comments was like saying a lot of stuff. Why do they keep doing that? Okay, now I see why he looks like a stud. Or they trying to say he look just like his mom. Yeah, he do. I mean, he look just like his mom. They ain't lying. They talk about everything else but this lady eviction. She need help. Y'all talking about how he look like his mom. I saw the link on Facebook earlier. I had no idea this was his mom. She raised $5 so far. Oh my God. She's too grown not to have her own money, credit, and emergency funds. I agree. Damn, he really is his mom and child. Daddy jeans had no jeans. They keep talking about how he look like his mom. Well, that's one thing for sure. Two things for certain. She do look he do look like his mom. But I feel like Finesse don't have to do that. If he feel like I mean, this is kind of terrible that she has to go do a GoFundMe. And he's probably just fed up because I don't got finesse down for having his mom out in the streets. Now I don't know what the argument was being after or what it was about because they didn't really go into details. But homegirl done posted pictures of her bags, boxes, so we know it's real. But again, Finesse is not obligated to pay her bills. He's in a great position to take care of his mom, and you would think, doing the right thing. But, sometimes people can start taking advantage and think they can talk to you and do whatever they want, and you just still going to help out. He might just be showing his mom, like, I'm helping you, but I don't have to, which he don't. But I don't think it's going to go to the point. I don't think it's going to go to the point where he's going to get her kicked out or he's going to allow her to be in the streets. But y'all go support the GoFundMe. I don't know. So yeah, it was another one. I'm trying to find it for us because she did speak out. She had some stuff to say. Let me see if it's on. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe it was on site. Oh well, what y'all cooking for Sunday dinner? I'm gotta get it together. What? Okay. Yeah. Hold on, y'all. Excuse me. The house always need me for something. I just told them to leave me alone. I'm doing something. All right. I'm trying to find Finesse two times mom saying what she had to say. Because homegirl spoke out and she said something and she was not playing, okay? She wasn't. She was trying to tell her story. I hate when I can't find something for real. Let me see. And then my shit be moving all kind of slow. When it want to work, it work. When it don't lie. Let me see neighborhood talk. They're my little three. They're my three little sites I go to first, and then I'll do my research. I'll go to the shade room, and then I go to on Star, and I go to the neighborhood talk, and then I would just scroll around and do my research. Oh man. Oh my God, look how they got Diddy and Epstein. This is so crazy, y'all. I'm telling you, when I be scrolling, you see shit that you'll be surprised. Some of this stuff be unreal. For real. It'd be unreal. But we gonna get into some things. This is not the neighborhood talk. I don't know what this is. Let me see if I can find it on my phone, then we could go to it. Goodness. Put in the chat what y'all cooking for put in the chat what y'all cooking for dinner. Because yeah. I'm making some baked macaroni and cheese. I think I'm gonna do barbecue chicken. I got my chicken out. It's already seasoned and everything. So I'll probably do barbecue chicken and then go from there. Macaroni and cheese, barbecue chicken, and my daughter she love corn on the cob. So I'll probably just do that corn on the cob. All right, here we go finesse mom. Let me go on here. I found it for us. Like I gotta do better, but y'all gotta charge it to the game. We ain't in no rush. If y'all in the rush, then y'all on the wrong live. I'm kicking it with y'all for a little bit, so and that's what we doing. So if you got time, you ain't doing nothing else. This is what I do. Run down a social media street, and y'all know one thing for sure, two things for certain. The tea be coming in hot. So it's like you gotta search for shit because you could be a minute late and there's 5 other stories out. So we gotta get to it. All right, but I did find it. So let's see what finesse mom had to say. Cause I don't like to put words in people's mouths. So I like to let people talk for themselves. So here she go. Let's see what she had to say. Oh my God, come on. Play. Oh, we can't hear nothing. What? Let me see.
My rent was coming was 1,500 here, 1,500 there, 500 there, and I just had to hold on to it until it got to 35, y'all. And still have to deal with my landlord coming over. My landlord been over here 4 times. Stop answering the door now, because at this point, like I told her, I don't have nowhere else to go. I don't have nowhere else to go.
Why is I can't hear it on the computer?
But I'm going to let him know this. When I walk out this door, and I take my last box up out of here, that man ain't never got to worry about me no more. But the way my rent was coming was fit, never have to worry about me no more, y'all. That man don't care nothing about me. He don't love me. And I keep ignoring it. Y'all think everything great because y'all see what y'all see on this internet. Outside this motherfucking internet, I'm bleeding over here. Cut by somebody that I didn't even do nothing to.
Mm-mm.
Never have to worry about me no more.
Well, y'all heard the mom. Let me run it back.
But the way my rent was coming was 1,500 here, 1,500 there, 500 there. And I just had to hold on to it until it got to 35, y'all. and still have to deal with my landlord coming over. My landlord been over here 4 times. I don't stop answering the door now because at this point, like I told her, I don't have nowhere else to go. Never have to worry about me no more, y'all. That man don't care nothing about me. He don't love me. And I keep ignoring it. Y'all think everything great because y'all see what y'all see on this internet. Outside this motherfucking internet, I'm bleeding over here. Cooked by somebody that I didn't even do nothing to. Never have to worry about me no more, y'all.
Well, y'all, it's 2 sides to every story. She said she ain't did nothing to him, but he ain't gonna just not help you for no reason. Like, what would be the reason for him not to help you? So it's 2 sides to every story. I'm a firm believer of that. Her side, his side, and the truth. Now, Sugar, what's her name? Sugar, his girl, his ride or die.
Never have to worry.
His ride or die did come out and say something about this because she was like, "Come on, Mama P." She like, we helped you. She like, I even helped you. So she had some stuff to say about it too. Let me see if I could find it for us. Cause it's like, it don't stand a chance. News be newsing, okay? Let me see if I can find Sugar. Cause Sugar was like, whatever her name is, she was like, "Come on, Mama P. Don't act like we don't help you." And I was just like, oh Lord. She gonna have something to say behind Finesse. Like, that's just that. She gonna have something to say about Finesse. She rocking with Finesse, right or wrong. She don't see no wrong in him, so I wasn't, surprised that she had something to say. I wasn't surprised. I was not surprised. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to find. All right, let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it for us. They might have took it down. Finesse probably told her, "Don't even say nothing. Don't even say nothing." But yeah, I don't even see it no more. She probably took it down. But she did have something to say. Oh, I was looking for this. But it's not connected. Oh, I need no more. We need no battery. Oh. I gotta find some. We gotta get some more battery. All right. Okay, I'm on here. I'm doing something. So y'all, yeah. So that was that on Finesse. Do y'all think that Finesse is going to help his mom or not? Do y'all think she really getting put out? I felt like what she was saying was like real. But y'all know these rappers, when it's time to run a play, they'll run a play. They don't care what it is. If it's your mom getting put out, they gonna put it out there. Is he about to drop something new? I don't know. But that was that with Finesse. Let's see what else. Okay. Dang, you got T Hood's sister coming out saying something too. Oh wow, T Hood's sister accused Kelsey Frost of setting him up. Says her brothers fatally shot him. Cleaned up the scene and went into hiding. If it's self-defense, you wouldn't run from the scene. You would stay because you did nothing wrong. Wow. That's true. Frost set my brother up. Frost K. Kelsey set my brother up. She had her brother shoot him and say he didn't know he shot my brother 5 times in the back, in the stomach. Oh my God. So the plot thickens. As previously reported, Atlanta rapper T Hood was fatally shot. His girlfriend Kelsey Frost recently spoke out denying speculation that she's been involved in getting him harm. T Hood's sister Masia and Jada took to their social media accusing Kelsey of setting up their brother. They didn't stop there. They went on to claim that Kirk Frost Jr. and his younger brother Kai were allegedly behind the shooting as well. He shot my brother 5 times in the chest, back, and stomach. One sister wrote in a social media post. She went on to write her 2 brothers and even posted, oh, goodness, I need a nap, and even posted photos of them. The sisters also pushed back on speculation that T Hood could have been shot out of self-defense, stating if it was true self-defense, why would the brothers allegedly leave the scene of the scene after the incident? The family says they want justice and are heartbroken that their mother only son was tragically killed. And T Hood's sister Maisha claims after the shooting they cleaned it up and hid her brother, the one that lives on the property, isn't hiding. Foster K said of my brother, she had her brother shoot him and said she didn't know. He shot my brother 5 times in the back, in the stomach, in the chest. They cleaned it up and hid the brother so the police wouldn't find the weapon or him. Her 2 brothers, one left the scene, but the one that lives on the property is hiding. She stated that he was leaving and her brother shot him and said, fuck her and him. Self-defense on what? Shut the fuck up if you don't know what you're talking about. Come on. If someone is so-called beating you up in your house, why not call 911 to remove the person from the home? And he lived there as well. And Kai Frost lives there as well, which is the brother. Why wait? Why wait on someone to be shot, then call 911? And again, your brother already lived there in the house. Why wait on your older brother to come then shoot him together when 911 could have been called from 3 p.m.? You wait 3 to 4 more hours, then call 911. And you didn't even call 911. You had us call 911. Oh my God. See what I'm saying? It's always some more stuff. It's always some more stuff. Please shut up and stop eating dick on this app. If this was a self-defense situation, why would the brother leave the house before police arrive? And there's no weapons, just a shot person that was already dead at the scene. You took time to clean up, not not call 911, because the 911 call came from Lithonia. Then you call after police were already en route. This is the other brother, the one who says ain't word. He shot him also, but left the scene before the police came. There's Kirk and Rashida's son right here. Dang. Get up off this app yapping if you don't know what the fuck you talk about. That's not towards that comment. That's for all. If it's self-defense, you would have run for the scene. You wouldn't run from the scene. You would stay at the scene because you did nothing wrong. That's true. She made all them posts, and I honestly don't care if she hurting. She gets to see her brothers live another day. Y'all took mine. All y'all can rock. They is coming for their head. One thing for sure, they gonna get justice. And like I said, what's done in the dark comes to the light. Point blank. Period. What's done in the dark comes to the light. Let's see what's going on with Trey Songz. Let's see. What is this about?
So if y'all done took this off, like shit just hanging around. Girl, put them titties up.
Oh my God, they had the concert throwing panties and bra. And he's screaming, put them titties up. You know what? You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. But that's Trey Songz. What else? I'm tired of baddies. I really don't like baddies. Like, who goes on a show called Baddies and just fight all day? They need to cancel that show, in my opinion. They just need to cancel it. They need to cancel it. Drake trying to find his way back in over there messing with Aiden Ross. I want to hear that. If y'all want to hear that, let me know, because Drake been going after Kendrick, demolished his ass, and now he over there on the streaming with Aiden. I just hate to get in them type of stories because it's just it's like a ick to me, for real. What else is going on? Okay, so y'all see Clarissa brought her cashed out on a new watch, on a new bracelet. Everybody be sleeping on Clarissa. Like, you can't hate on nobody.
A good 90K on my wrist, and then I got a good 60K in my hand. You feel me? Yeah. This that fight money.
This fight money.
Fight for real. Yeah, knock him out, Debo. See Debo. Yeah, a little 90K on the mode. Match the shoes, bitch.
Stop playing with him. Stop playing.
You play with me. Hello? Yeah, no.
Who you talking to, champ?
Nobody important. Yeah, I went and spent.
Y'all like the bracelet? Y'all like the watch? Is it worth 90K? People was tearing her up in the chat. They said that looked like one of their grandma antique jewelry. If that's what she want to spend her money on, my goodness. Hold on. Because Chris Brown been at these tours cutting up.
Yeah.
So anyway, they was in the chat. You know what? This won't piss me off. Let me see. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I went and spent.
They was in the chat saying a couple of things. Getting filmed, spending 90K, but your clothes not buttoned up correctly. Like, they tears Clarissa up, and I don't know why. You know, this thing be hating on me. My laptop be hating on me. Because there's no way I got to keep going in and out.
Yeah, I spent a good 90K on my wrist, and then I got a good 60K in my hand. You feel me? Yeah. This that fight money.
This fight money.
Fight for real. Yeah, knock him out, Debo. See Debo. Yeah, a little 90K on the mode.
They said my granny had this same watch from Avon. Oh my goodness, y'all remember Avon? They are sick. Why would they be saying this about this girl? Leave her alone. This is officially the new Blueface and Krishan, and I'm just sick of them. Rich with no taste is annoying. One thing about it, the comments will tear you up. There's one thing about it. Why is not letting me? Okay. Let me see. Pep got her spending all her money just like Remy said. She has the style of her church grandmother. Bragging about spending 90K on a watch and your man right next to you cheesing like he brought it is crazy. I'm just reading the comments, y'all. You know, damn if you do, damn if you don't. She got money. She a boxer. And she did come out and say something like she tired of people calling her man broke. She was like, you know, she was like, y'all know Pep do stuff for me. She was like, he ain't broke. So she did come out and speak on Pep behalf. Like she see the comments y'all saying about Papoose. So y'all need to chill on him. She said he buy bags, he buy food. She don't be having to pay for nothing, but she got money, so she treating herself. So y'all need to stop in these comments and leave Clarissa alone. But her shirt is not buttoned right. Like they had a point. You know, the internet point out the smallest shit. They don't leave nothing unsaid. But shout out to Clarissa. She did just win her last fight. So yeah, you gotta give props where it's due. You gotta give props where it's due. Okay? Simple as that. Let's see what else. I know K Michelle and Rashida was going at it. I'm so tired of these washed up people. I don't even want to talk about that. Rashida and what's her name? Rashida and K Michelle. No. Nobody's talking about that. What else is going on? I thought this was really sad, like for real. He should get everything coming for him. For real, he really should. So let me put y'all onto this little story. So before I play the audio, neighbors, this is heartbreaking. A father will be spending a long time behind bars after a gruesome crime that left his stepson dead and his family shattered. Jamar Hill, 37, was sentenced to 18 to 40 years after originally being charged with first-degree child abuse and felony murder for killing his stepson, 8 years old, Adrian Thymes Jr., in November 2024 by beating him to death. The judge in the trial said he wanted to sentence Hill to life, but Hill pleaded out to an accepted agreement with prosecutors to second-degree homicide, which the other charges dropped. He didn't leave the courtroom without the judge laying into him and going over the gruesome details of the crime. The Judge Gillis told Hill that he hadn't seen anything more horrific in a career than the images of Adrian's body. He said his groin and lower body were riddled with maybe 100 belt loops marks. He also weighed only 33 pounds at the time of his death. Adrian's mother, 32, old Kentora Latrice Moss, was charged as well, but hasn't been sentenced. She is facing 1 count of second-degree murder and 1 count of lying to a peace officer in a violent crime investigation. Prosecutors said the two took turns beating Adrian. Adrian's aunt spoke on behalf of the family, expressing her disgust. She says both parents starved their children while they lived lavish lives for themselves. They ate well, but the kids didn't. The aunt told the court they dressed well, they rode in the best cars. I think they had the best of everything, but the kids didn't. It's a shame to see parents to continue abusing their children. It really is. It really is. Let's hear what the judge said, because this is crazy.
Something I learned at a real young age is actions speak a lot louder than words. You might have some nice words for us right now, but I saw the pictures. I saw what you did to that child. And I won't say child, what you did to Adrian, an 8-year-old boy. I don't know how you could do that to someone that you claim you love. I see pictures all the time from homicide cases, people with holes in their head and their chest, sitting in puddles of blood, watch videos of people being stabbed. But these pictures were the worst I've ever seen. That is an 8-year-old child. Just to give everyone a little idea, and I noticed you talked about the boxing, but you didn't give any explanation to all those belt loop marks all over his lower body, maybe even 100 of them. I mean, that's how many. His entire lower body was covered in belt loops where you had beaten him, and as Miss Thames stated, even in the growing area. What is wrong with you? How can you do that? So I agree with Miss Thames. I wish I could sentence you to life. I think it's well deserved. But as Mr. Wheeler pointed out, parties have reached an agreement, and I know they negotiated hard, and I am going to respect the agreement that they've reached, and I am going to impose it. But I hope you take these next 18 to 40 years to really think long and hard about what you did to Adrian Thames. So with that being said, Mr. Hill, you're going to be sentenced to the Michigan Department of Corrections for a period of 18 to 40 years. Following special conditions, you must pay crime victims assessment in the amount of $130 as ordered by the court. Something I learned at a real young age is actions speak a lot louder than words. You might have some nice words for us right now, but I saw the pictures. I saw what you did to that child.
One thing about it, I like a fair judge at the end of the day. Because had he not took a little plea deal, this judge would have gave him life. Like, that baby ain't, he ain't choose to be here. The parents brought him into this world. And you mean the mom allowed this stepdad and herself, because she's part of the crime, to beat this little boy to death? Like, he deserved life. Yes, he did. But apparently he took a plea, and the judge was like, had it been up to me, you would have got life, point blank, period. And I agree. When it comes to children, it is what it is, for real. All right, let's get into Cash Doll and the nail tech drama. If y'all haven't heard about it, let me get into it. All right, give me 1 minute. Is this the one where she called her up? Yeah. All right, so I'm going to play these clips and we're going to come back and talk about it. Let's go to the beginning. So let me give y'all a little background. So Cash Doll had to go to a wedding, and this nail tech pulled up on Cash Doll to do her nails. And apparently Cash Doll had to leave in a hurry and didn't pay the nail tech. But the nail tech said she waited days for Cash Doll to communicate with her about the money. Even though Cash Doll's friend gave the nail tech the money the same day, the nail tech thought it was like very rude and crazy to her because the money didn't come from Cash Doll and she was being ignored. Like, Cash Doll was ignoring her. So she was like, get your money up front. Doing celebrities sometimes is okay for the exposure, but they play games. So she was putting it out there. She said it wasn't to bash Cash Doll or any of that, but she thought the communication would have been different, being as though she was a celebrity. Now, people got to understand, these celebrities are regular people. Like, I don't understand why we be putting them on the biggest pedestal. Now, I understand they got some motion, they doing their big ones, this, that, and the third. But where people mess up at, because I'm not one of those folks. I don't put celebrities on a higher pedestal than me. Like, I just don't. We all wake up and put our pants on the same way. Females, we all wake up and, when that time of the month come, we all bleed. Like, so you ain't better than me and I ain't better than nobody. I don't care how much money you got, what celebrity status you got. At the end of the day, these celebrities are regular people. And once y'all realize that, I think that y'all will understand some things. But let's get into this because this was another little hot topic. And make sure y'all hit the like button and make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all share the video. I'm going to try to do a challenge where I'll go 30 days going live.
Here's the thing.
All right, hold on. All right, let's hear Homegirl out. Okay.
of her getting off on people, whether they're true or not. Your name is just being bashed, and that is not how I would want myself being represented, especially being a Black woman from the same city that you're from. Just have my worst nail experience. I'm a licensed nail technician in the state of Michigan. I've been doing nails for over 2 years. I completed this service on August 3rd, and today is August 7th, 4 days later, with non-payment. On August 3rd, I did a travel nail appointment to a celebrity who I have never met or serviced before. I completed a fill-in over work that was not my own, as well as a color change on her toes. This opportunity was presented to me, and of course, I grabbed it. It's just business. I expected to get paid for my service. I am a nail tech, and it's just my job. After traveling to Detroit, Michigan, from where I'm located in Canton, Michigan, I was told by her directly to text her her balance and she'll have it for me by the next morning, give her a day, which I understood at the time because it was a hectic event such as a wedding. You know, I just gave the benefit of the doubt and thank you for the opportunity. 2 days after completing, I just had my worst nail experience. I'm a licensed nail technician in the state of Michigan. I've been doing service and messenger her. I finally get communication back from her saying will send shortly. Again, it is currently Thursday, August 7th, and I still have not received my $150 nail payment. I did not get any pictures, videos, or content whatsoever of this nail service. When I asked, was it okay if I take a before picture of her nails, she seemed very hesitant, so I just didn't bother. Like, it's fine, it's no big deal, and I continued to work. Overall, it's just unfair because I held her to her word of paying me that next morning. I completed a service that I was not paid for, and there was no communication of promo instead of payment or a shout out or anything instead of payment, which is fine because I strictly was there for business as my payment. I just wanted the opportunity. So I wanted to come on here and spread awareness to all service providers or anybody in general. I have heard too many stories following this situation of her treating people like she treated me. Many service and messenger her. I finally get communication back from her saying stories of her getting off on people, whether they're true or not. Your name is just being bashed, and that is not how I would want myself being represented, especially being a Black woman from the same city that you're from, trying to come up as well, just like you. It's just not fair. But lastly, I just want to say it is no longer about the money. It's simply the respect and principle of this unfair situation. After requesting a service and once that service is completed, you lack all communication and any intention of paying me after 4 days later. Stories of her getting off on people, whether they're true or not.
So this what Cash Doll had to say, y'all.
Hello?
Zendaya,
Yes.
this is Cash Doll. Sunday, when you came and did my nails and I wasn't able to pay you because I had to rush out
Yes, I understand
and
that.
go do my, I had to take pictures with my bestie and everything. The wedding happened.
Understand.
Tish sent you the $150, right?
Yes.
So you technically got paid because Tish knew I was gonna pay her back, like I did, and I gave her some extra. It's like, why would you go on the internet and tell them people you haven't got paid when you really got paid? Even if it wasn't from me, you got paid.
Yes, that's true. But I also didn't make that to bash you in any way. I am still grateful for the opportunity. But with all of that, it was like I was being ignored. And I was speaking up for service providers. Like I said, not towards you. I'm not a drama person. I'm not a negative person. And I know you don't know.
Hello?
Zendaya,
Yes.
this is Cash Doll. Sunday, when you came and did my nails, here's the thing. The girl got paid Sunday. She did the services Sunday. She got paid. It don't matter who she got paid from. She got paid. So for you to come on the internet and act like you didn't get paid is the problem. Here's the thing.
And I have to say, y'all, I agree. Now, a lot of people do stuff for clout nowadays, and it's just crazy because at the end of the day, if you got paid, you got paid. She's saying that she's trying to go on and spread what she said, awareness to entrepreneurs on how to get your money up front. And if you don't, this is like things that can go on. Like she had to text Cash Doll 100 times and all this, that, and the third. However, as you just said on the phone, that Cash Doll friend Tish paid you the same day. Why are we on the internet saying you didn't get paid 3, 4, 5 days later? Even if the money didn't come from Cash Doll, you got paid for your service. So for you to go on social media and make it seem like Cash Doll didn't pay you, I thought was a big like clout chasing move. But if you know how to work the internet, you know how to work the internet. But this can hinder this girl, because if you did this to one celebrity, what you think gonna happen to the next celebrity? And you didn't get no content, so we don't even know how the girl nails look. We don't know, we don't know. So not only did you didn't get no content to show your work, you just sat there and bashed a celebrity. So you're not going to get probably any more celebrity clients. And a lot of people probably wouldn't want you to do their nails, because this just left an ill taste in somebody's mouth. After you do their nails and you allow her, you didn't get the money up front. You should have said before she sat down, I take payment up front, therefore none of this will happen. So, who's to blame? You still got paid at the end of the day. So I do want to say I agree with Cash Doll on this. And you just got to be mindful who you do business with. Because when a person get the opportunity to bash you and do it for clout, this is what the internet is for, and they will do it. So I thought that was crazy with the nail tech. But Cash Doll was going to come back and clear shit up. And that's what she did. And a lot of people in the comments was like agreeing with Cash Doll. This girl said y'all missing KD's point. Tish paid the nail tech for Cash Doll. Cash Doll paid Tish with a little extra for inconvenience. If Tish paid the girl for KD the same day, then what was the point of going on the internet? The only person that I could have seen going to the internet is Tish, if KD paid her 4 days later. Or am I wrong? I agree. There's no reason why this girl should have went on the internet. Point blank, period. The girl lied and said she didn't get paid, but admitted she got paid on the phone. She wanted to take pictures and she couldn't, so she had to find a way to let everyone know she did Cash Doll nails. And that's what I'm saying. Look, Armand. Shout out to Armand. If y'all don't follow Armand, go follow Armand. That's my boy. He said, but just pay me at the time of service. Nobody wants to wait on their money or chase anyone down. Give me my money once I'm done doing my job. And that's period. I understand that as well. I say the same thing. But to go on the internet like you didn't get paid is crazy. But again, when somebody sit down in your chair, before you get done, you ask for your money. You were sitting there all starstruck doing this lady nails, and she got up and left, and you thought you did your big one, and now here's time for payment. You looking crazy. You should have asked for your money up front, period. I don't care if it was Cash Doll or Beyonce. You ask for the money. If that's how you want to get paid, you get paid up front. Point blank, period. So yeah, that was that with Cash Doll and the nail tech, girl. There was something else, okay? I'm like, you know what? You can't make this stuff up. People is crazy. All right, what else? Oh, what else is going? Did y'all watch Wednesday, season 2? I don't watch that stuff. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments. If I should tune in, let me know. Let me know. I don't feel like talking about Teyana Taylor because I feel like, I don't know. I don't know. I have to be in the mood to talk about Teyana Taylor, y'all. Because Teyana Taylor tried to do my boy Sherman him dirty. Like, I didn't like that. And now she want to keep the new relationship on the hush because, once you stop being private, all this stuff start coming out, and she want to keep it private. so keep it private. I don't want to talk about it. So let's see what else we can talk about. Y'all know Layla Ali was not going to go fight Clarissa. But that would have been a shame. Because at the end of the day, even though y'all don't like Clarissa, Layla haven't fought in years. Clarissa would have beat Layla up. And that's just my opinion. Period. That's my opinion. If y'all think otherwise, then that's on y'all. But all right, I think I want to go back to I'm gonna go back to the shade room. I did not know Erica Banks was locked up. Did y'all know that? Apparently, Erica Banks was locked up for having a stolen weapon at the airport. I did not know that. We got to get the backstory on that. Erica Banks arrested at ATL airport after a stolen gun is discovered. Well, apparently she told the people she didn't know it was stolen. But I don't know how true it is. I know they ain't out here telling no lies. But look at her in the back.
Nothing beats a Jet 2
Child, she in the back of the police car, so she in the back of the cop car. People trying to say how she keep her phone. How does she keep her phone? This, that, and the third. I'm sure they probably took it when she got there. Who knows? But homegirl was definitely locked up. Let me see if there's more details. Neighbor rapper, loving hip hop star Erica Banks found herself in a whole mess at Atlanta airport. Sis was trying to catch a Delta flight to Houston when TSA popped her bag and found a stolen firearm tucked inside her designer Louis purse. What's crazy is this piece was linked back to Greenville, South Carolina. Law enforcement arrested her on the spot. No word yet on the official charges. Hopefully, it's just a big misunderstanding. We're told that Erica says the gun belonged to her security. Okay. Well, there y'all have it. All right, let's go back to the shade room. I've been in the bushes on YouTube, seeing all the little talk around Melly, date getting pushed back. I feel so bad for Melly. We're gonna go over there and react to some of the stuff with Melly. I've been seeing the stuff with Dirk and OT Avani, the dad. I think it's just so crazy that these fathers have the audacity to come out and do all of these things to their children. It's just crazy to me to see like families being ruined by the media and by, just a lot of different things that come into play. I would never go against my children. I would never want the father of my kids to go against their children. Like, it's just crazy that this is becoming a thing. And a lot of people saying, we're going to get into it after we run down these social media streets. And I'm chilling today, so I'm on live. I will be making clips of the things we talked about. So I'm trying to stay on track so I can make clips of it and upload it as a video, because I think that works for me. Because some of y'all be missing the lives. And it's better when you hear when I'm live so you can talk to me. But it's okay because I'm going to try to clip the lives and put like small videos up. So what is going on with these two? This is new. Haley Bailey reportedly requests sole legal and physical. Oh my! One thing about this situation I hate is why are you trying to take the little boy away from his dad because now y'all are not on good terms. Like if this is not given bitter, I don't know what to call it. This is given very much bitter. I don't think DDG is going to hurt this little boy not one bit. But for her to sit here and go to the extreme, you could just tell that this is a bitter baby mother. And she is scorned. She is hurt. And she's going about taking the baby away from his father. I think this is so sad. But anyway, let's see what is going on. So, in a recent court filing, Haley Bailey accused her ex and father of her son, DDG, of abuse. She was granted a restraining order, and now it looks like she is seeking sole legal and physical custody of her son. According to the documents obtained by @People, Haley is looking to get sole legal and physical custody. She is also asking a judge to order that DDG not be allowed visitations with their son, but supervised visits with a professional company once a week for 6 hours, while Halo is in Los Angeles. Haley is also asking the court to prevent DDG from taking their son outside the county of Los Angeles. In the documents, Haley also requested an order to prevent child abduction as she claimed DDG has a history of abusing her, taking away or hiding their son from her, threatening to take their son and hide him, and not cooperating when it comes to co-parenting. Haley also asked the judge to order DDG not to move with Halo unless she gives her written permission. She also doesn't want him applying for any important documents, including Halo's passport. If she permits him to travel with their son, she wants a rundown of their full travel itinerary, including copies of the airline tickets, addresses, and phone numbers she can contact. As previously reported, aside from staying 100 yards away, DDG was also ordered to stop posting on stream about Haley and their son. Like, girl, this is you. He's the father. He's the dad. He has rights. Who do you think you are? You cannot do that. No matter if you disagree with how he's going to be raising his child, you cannot take away his rights. This is beyond me. This is crazy. You might as well, you should have just, I don't know. You should have just had a baby with somebody who didn't want to be there. Had an agreement with somebody who you didn't want to deal with, because there's no way. There's no way. And I'm so happy that he is in a position where he has money, where he can fight for his rights, because this is beyond me. This is so crazy. I just know the comments is going in. Well, we behind. This ain't 12 weeks ago. But anyway, respectfully, she don't care what y'all think she gonna do right by her son. I wonder why some women don't do this when they're with that man. Soon as shit go left, this happens. That's what I'm saying. This is so heartbreaking. It really is. It really is. It really is. Why are we so far behind? 16 weeks ago. Here I go thinking we talking about something updated.
Okay, so I feel that photo went viral. I'm wondering if someone made it look like that, because this is what my face looks like, you guys. I'm on TV, so you know what I look like. I just shot my reunion a couple of days ago, so you'll see what I look like at my reunion. I did have PRP. I did have an allergic reaction to the PRP, which I didn't even know you can have. So my face is a bit swollen, but it doesn't look like that. So keep on hating, guys. Okay, so I feel like that photo went viral. I'm wondering if someone made it look like that because this is what my face looks like, you guys. I'm on TV, so you know what I look like. I just shot my reunion a couple of days ago, so you'll see what I look like at my reunion. I did have PRP. I did have an allergic reaction to the PRP, which I didn't even know you can have. So my face is a bit swollen, but it doesn't look like that. So keep on hating, guys.
Child, well, don't get mad at the people who talking about something that's, I don't know, on the internet. But I'm glad you came and cleared it up because it do look like two different people. But anyway, I guess today the news is limited because what was that? Like, be for real. So Lil Baby allegedly scammed Plaque Boy Max for $250K when he refused to rap on stream. Well, let's listen to that.
But you're not rapping, so that's why these things.
Oh, you got a rap screen. I ain't know that.
Nah, but I told y'all before. You know what I'm saying? Like we.
Now you finna say that we scam nigga.
No, you ain't scam game. If you don't want rap, you don't want rap. You don't got rap. I'm dead ass. You don't got rap. You don't want rap.
Duh.
You feel me?
I'm saying you
Duh.
No, but how's that a scam?
Because
I ain't tell y'all come out to see me rap. Who the fuck I'm scamming?
when niggas be coming on, niggas be rapping, but you're not rapping, so that's why these things.
Oh, you got a rap screen. I ain't know that.
Nah, but I told y'all before. You know what I'm saying? Like we.
Now you finna say that we scam nigga.
No, you ain't scam game. If you don't want rap, you don't want rap. You don't got rap. I'm dead ass. You don't got rap. You don't want rap.
Duh.
You feel me?
I'm saying you.
Oh, so apparently Plaque Boy Max be having folks come up on his stream and rap. And I guess he paid Lil Baby $250 to come on his stream. But Lil Baby like, boy, I didn't know I was coming up here to rap. I was just coming on your stream. But folks so used to going on Plaque Boy Max stream, seeing folks and rap. So I guess the chat is saying how Lil Baby scammed him. But Lil Baby like, I ain't scammed him. That wasn't part of, I didn't know I was coming up here to rap. But that's crazy. And it looks like he really didn't rap. So at the end of the day, you gotta be mad at Plaque Boy Max for that. Plaque Boy Max probably was just psyched up that Lil Baby was going on the stream. He probably hear about the rapping part. So listen, Lil Baby like, well, you ain't tell me that. You ain't tell me that. When I tell y'all this was like one of the greatest of all time knockouts, let me run this back. I was cracking up. Look at Meatball. Let me see if the audio. There you go. The game had like a boxing match for all the little, I guess, up and coming, content creators or whatever. And Meatball was on Baddies and shit won. Y'all go check out the $1 million worth of dollar game. They was crazy. But yeah, so anyway. Let's see what else is going on. A lot of people was talking about Lil Baby and his outfit, y'all. I don't know what Lil Baby is doing. I know he about to come out with his I know he is about to come out with an album. So we will see how that go. And y'all know when folks start doing things to build up controversy, then y'all know they finna drop something. But people were saying, where is he going? Where is he going? I know the comments got on him. Well, this is his new style. This is how he want to dress. Look at Lil Baby with the figs. And that's a nice wide. But anyway, his album coming out in 5 days. So we shall see. I think him and Gunna album is coming out on the same day or around the same time. So this is going to be very interesting, y'all. Very, very interesting. What else? Oh, look at India saying she miss her man. Oh, let's look at this. My whole world is upside down. That's messed up. They got a free dirt. She miss her man. And she got every right to. That is her husband. Y'all know that's her husband. That's crazy. Let's see what the comments talking about. You're going to be missing him for life, but he ain't coming home. Move on. She must have just got clapped before this. I love that I've never seen this woman half naked. She all the way covered and still giving sexy. Girl, you're doing too much to prove you're loyal to a man who wasn't loyal to you. Move on. He certainly would if you were on the jail. She should have just sent this to Dirk. Burn the phone, not us. Oh, just give her some grace. Like, if she won't stick beside him, she won't stick beside him. Oh my goodness, what is his name? Jazzy is sticking beside, damn, I can't think of his name. Jazzy 2 times. Is sticking next to, Fat. And he been down. I think he had to do like 10 years. So listen, Stunning Girl. Bishop Lamar taking a single mom 90K. Saying he finally got sentenced. Well, it was done in the dark. Come to the light. Already, I keep telling y'all that. So he will be spending 9 years behind bars. But, Wiz Khalifa been outside living his best life. I don't know where he been at. All right, let's see. What is this? Sha'Carri was arrested. If y'all ain't know, it looks like something was going on at the airport. She was pushing her, but the boyfriend came out and spoke. It was like she didn't deserve to get arrested for that. So he was trying to stand up for her, but you know they love to tear down somebody. They love it. Yes, y'all. I'm sitting outside chilling, so y'all might hear the background noise. My bad. All right. I don't know why people was messing with Young Thug and his son. Like, 1 minute y'all mad that he ain't being a dad, then the next minute y'all mad because he being a dad. Like, he don't gotta dress like y'all. If he wants to be different, he could be different. A lot of people is talking about how they look, and they saying Young Thug fell off after the trial. They saying Young Thug fell off after the trial. And they were like, why Mariah? Why? They say he look a mess. Oh my God. They said men be shaped so funny. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Y'all gotta leave folks alone. So he looks like a nice young man. Someone said, oh, that time in jail, he didn't do not one push-up. This Mariah little family. Mariah is yet another black female celebrity that can do so much better. Thug needs to start doing push-ups. Niggas ain't got time, ain't got no form chest. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Jeffrey just like the character in Fat Albert. They say he looked like a good kid. Dang, they gotta stop. Y'all gotta leave people alone. The fit is trash, but maybe that's what he wanna do. Maybe that's exactly what he wanna do. Maybe it was very intentional. Maybe it was very calculated. I don't know. Maybe he knew that y'all was gonna have something to say, so this is why he went and dressed the way he did. I don't know. But yeah. I know JT outside doing her big one. She just had a concert in London. And yeah, she don't need Carisha. That's pretty much what it's given. She's outside as a solo artist, and the crowd is crowding. The crowd is outside for JT. So we can't be mad at that. A lot of y'all thought JT wasn't going to make it, but JT is making it. JT is making it. Let's see what TD Jake is here, man. I don't like talking about Diddy too much, but news is news, right?
About forgiveness. Well, I don't know that it was about forgiveness. I was really focusing. We talk a lot. We talk about black equity. We talk about the black community. To me, hip hop is the preachers of the street. And so to have an opportunity to cross-pollinate and share ideas together about how we can have upward mobility is a powerful thing. A couple of days ago, I saw a picture of Puff Daddy laying on your shoulder. What advice will you give him about forgiveness? Well, I don't know that it was about forgiveness. I was really focusing. We talk a lot. We talk about black equity. We talk about the black community. To me, hip hop is the preachers of the street. And so to have an opportunity to cross-pollinate and share ideas together about how we can have upward mobility.
Oh, this probably was just another day where it was no content because that was nothing. That is nothing. It was Whitney Houston's birthday. Rest in peace. We already talked about Clarissa. Look at Justin Bieber. Lord. Shout out to Woody from Power. He done had twin girls. So, shout out to him. I think that we caught up on the latest. Y'all know that we do the link to talk about. Lizzo looking good. Lizzo is outside, honey. Yes. Lizzo always been that girl. There's nothing wrong with being heavy. It ain't nothing wrong with getting your body back together. It ain't nothing wrong with trying to, tone up. Lizzo always been that girl. So, give her some screen time. Well, Shelly and Ace is outside. If y'all watch Love Island, then you know. Love Island. Yeah. Shout out to them. I can't wait for the reunion. I think it come on August 25th, if I'm not mistaken. We gonna see who's still together and who not. But it looks like from the looks of things, these two is doing their big one. So I know that's right. It doesn't look for us. No, it don't. We shall see where that goes. Shout out to them. All right, let's see if we can do some reactions to some things on YouTube. We done ran down Instagram. How y'all feeling? Make sure y'all subscribe, like the video, and share the video and everything like that. All right, let me stop sharing this. All right, now let's share it again. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all turn y'all bell notifications. Your girl is doing a challenge to come on for 30 days straight. No matter if you're here or if nobody's here, I'm doing this for me. I'm trying to get back into it. And I will be here for the next 30 days, period. And I will be running down social media. And I will be reacting to certain things on YouTube. So as y'all can see, these two things. Seti, if y'all don't know, Seti, I went and watched his interview with Dirk's lawyer on a case with Von, because it's a lot of things being said that the case is sealed. The case got thrown out because Dirk told on Von. Now Von is dead. So at the end of the day, a lot of speculations are that Von would have been going down for that crime, but because he's no longer here, Dirk put it all on Von and the case was closed. So Seti did an interview where he said nobody better not use his content. So if y'all want to go watch it, y'all go over there and watch it. He said only the folks who he cool with, or if you ask for permission, y'all could go run it back. But anyway, the lawyer was basically saying like the case is closed. The case is 6 years old. Nobody told on nobody, because if Dirk would have told on somebody, he would have been known as snitch, and you have to, say what your parts was. You can't tell on somebody if you wasn't there. The only way you could tell on somebody is if you was there, and that means you got to tell your role as well. And the lawyer was like, in their state, Atlanta, there's no way that you could just tell on somebody and then you could walk free. You're going to be convicted of some charge or something, because you have to say your part. So he said that never was the case. Dirk ain't tell on nobody, and the case was a lack of evidence, so it was closed. Now y'all see AK-47 on the left about to go live. So if y'all want to go watch him cut up and act a fool, his damn caption is saying Lil Durk lawyer is a liar. So baby, it's gonna be controversial conversations. You're gonna believe what you want. Dirk lawyer said, he got bigger fish to fry 6 years later. He don't know why this is being, talked about now. And at the end of the day, he ain't tell on nobody. They ain't have enough evidence. And like he said, had he would have told on somebody, he would have been convicted because he would have had to told his role. So I don't know. Y'all gotta go watch Seti and the lawyer interview, and then y'all gotta go watch other things to catch up. But that is pretty much what it is. I feel like it's a possibility of everything. So at the end of the day, it's a possibility that Dirk probably said it was all wrong and for the case to be closed. But then again, I understand what the lawyer is saying as well. The lawyer was saying if he would have told, he would have had to have a charge, period. But y'all know money talk and bullshit walk. So at the end of the day, I don't know. His lawyer can be lying. Like, his lawyer can just be saying that because you're a great lawyer. That's what great lawyers do. They cover things up. So who are we? We are here just to listen. And like everybody has an asshole, everybody got an opinion. And that's what the internet is for. So it is what it is. But we shall see. All this stuff is coming up because, as you can see over here, what's going on. OTF Vonnie dad got the frenzy. OTF Vonnie dad got the internet in the frenzy. He coming out saying they paid Lil Pab to do this. They paid Lil Pab to do that. They pay him. He said, I was there when Vonnie gave him the money. He said, I was there. He said, I don't know what it was for. I don't know what was in the bag, but I know my son paid Lil Pab in April, and that was to get Von up out of here. I don't know why this man is coming on the internet saying all of that, but I don't know. A lot of people was talking about it. Apparently, Vonnie done moved from the jail where all the other co-defendants is at. I don't know how true that is, but baby, it's been a lot going on, okay? A lot. And I ain't trying to, I can't be opening up these people videos. I mean, you flag my little page for what? I don't know. But I just don't want to do it. They not playing fair on these YouTube streets. They're going blow for blow, copyright for copyright. For what? I don't know what's going on. It was fun. It was a time where we could go in and share people and react to folks' content. But baby, they is putting up copyright things. So you better not click on it and react to it at the end of the day. But I know I'm gonna clip some of my stuff and put it as a video. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see what I can click on to react to. Y'all know Fulio case. Fulio case is coming up. I think August 15th. The girl is going to trial first. So I told y'all I work in the morning. So the morning times is never good. And y'all be liking to watch stuff in real time. So I'll be having to come on later at night to look at the case. So I'm gonna try my best. Like I said, I'm on a 30-day rant. So I'm gonna be trying my best to come on here at night and stream the trial with the girl for Fulio trial. She go first. Y'all know she pregnant and everything, so this is gonna be interesting. So yeah, that's it. Oh man. What else? Well, y'all know Queso and Scotty they're done. They'll probably get life. So that's that. And let's go and watch let me see. Naziah Harris. Naziah Harris. Y'all know we was talking about her case, and let's go ahead and look at the new court proceeding of the suspect who he appears in court. All right, I'm gonna do it a speed up one so we could just watch it, and then we're gonna be going live for her court trial too. I know his lawyers were trying to dismiss the case, but no, ma'am.
Mikey Sherrill voted to raise taxes on New Jersey families, and she has no idea what to do.
Happen. It's not going to get dismissed. So, how can I speed up? I forgot how to do that. Right here. Settings. No. Damn.
Yes, Judge. All right, good morning, everyone. We're calling cases 22-3 unless Jarvis Butts. I said the case. Appearances, let's start with the prosecutor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Tina Ripley on behalf of the people, P83688.
And good morning, Your Honor. Matthew Makepeace also on behalf of the people, P82796.
Defense.
Good morning, Your Honor. Be with the service by Cheryl Quick, P83973 on behalf of Jarvis Butts, together with full counsel Ken Riggins and Warren Butler.
And good morning, Your Honor. Good morning to your staff, Neighborhood Defender Services by Ken Reagan, P82125 on behalf of Mr. Jarvis Butts.
Good morning, Your Honor. Lauren Butler, P8126, also Neighborhood Defender Service on behalf of Mr. Butts.
Thank you. Mr. Butts is also joining us in court. Mr. Butts, what's your name, please? Jarvis Butts. All right, thank you. You can all have a seat. All right, attorneys, thank you for your patience this morning. We did have a relatively short chambers conversation about these cases this morning. And just to briefly summarize defense, you intend to raise an issue with regard to some outstanding discovery on the case ending in 218, which has the homicide charge. Is that accurate?
That's correct, Judge.
All right. It's also my understanding that there are 2 motions to quash filed today. And the parties, the people submitted a written response to those motions to quash. I've had an opportunity to review them. Parties are ready to argue those motions today, correct?
We are, Your Honor.
Okay. Very good. All right. Well, let's start with the file that Mr. Butts is here to be arraigned on, that being the file ending in 4478. How does he wish to proceed for arraignment purposes?
Okay. Mr. Butts would waive the formal reading of the information. He stands mute. We ask the court to enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf.
Thank you. A plea of not guilty will be entered on his behalf. Counsel, was the examination held in that matter?
It was.
All right. We're going to get that transcript ordered. And with that, do you want to move right into the respective motions to quash, or did you want to address the discovery issue?
I think we can go ahead and do the motions, and then we can discuss the discovery at the end.
Okay. Very good. All right. Who's going to take the lead in the defense?
Your Honor.
Very good. Your motion.
Your Honor, thank you. So, Your Honor, I did file a motion to quash relating to case for the sake of privacy. I won't mention the complaining witness's name, but Your Honor, there was a preliminary examination held in this matter. There was one witness called. The complaining witness was the only witness called. She testified that at the time of the incident, she was 4 years old. At the time of the hearing, she was 13. So there had been a substantial passage of time. Your Honor, her testimony was she was home with Mr. Butts and Mr. Butts' girlfriend. At some point, the girlfriend left the bedroom. Mr. Butts was in the bedroom. She was on the couch. Mr. Butts summoned her to the bedroom, at which point she was ordered to take off her clothes. Her testimony was she took off all her clothes except her underwear. She took off her clothes. Then Mr. Butts touched her. I believe the order of touching her was he touched the top of her thigh. Then he touched under her breast. And then she said he touched her where she peed. Okay. That was the sole testimony of this witness. At the end of the proofs, prosecution moved to bind over on an original count of criminal sexual conduct in the second degree and added a count of criminal sexual conduct in the first degree because of the statement of because of the statement of complaining witness. Your Honor, we believe that that is an abuse of discretion. The only thing that we have on the record is she said she touched where she used the restroom. And the only clarification we had was she said this is where she peed from, or she urinates from, excuse me, those were her words. From that, we have prosecution postulating that that meant that there was some penetration, except there was no penetration mentioned. There was no penetration discussed. We know from case law, for a CSC 1 to happen, there has to be some form of penetration, even the slightest. Case law also tells us if she testified that he were to force her underwear inside of her, that would be sufficient for penetration. Yeah, we don't have any of that. We never have conversation, or we never have any testimony about her panties being pulled aside. We never have any testimony about her panties being forced in her. We never have any testimony about anyone penetrating her. Now, that is given the fact that she was 4 years old at the time this happened, granted. But at the time of the hearing, she was 13. Surely she could testify. I believe she was asked on direct that she remembered the events, and she said she remembered the events. None of that was testified. I think to say that there was sufficient evidence on the record that says that there was a penetration for the purpose of the CS1 is an abuse of discretion, and we believe that should be dismissed.
Thank you. And counsel, your respective motions, they're similar in nature in that you're arguing the issue of whether or not there's sufficient evidence on the issue of penetration on both your motions, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you want to, why don't we have them argue this on the second matter, and then we'll hear one response from the people if you're okay with that?
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so this is then with regard to the case ending in 24101, and sorry.
Hi.
Okay, and this is Lauren Butler, P88126 again.
Thank you.
So first, to overview the facts from that case, I want to emphasize that this is only with regard to one of the two instances described. The complainant described two instances, but only one of them has been charged as first degree. And I am only arguing in regard to that and that particular charge. So at the preliminary exam for that instance that was described, the testimony included wearing panties. So again, that is similar. She never described those being removed. She did not describe any instances of penetration and only described light touching while wearing panties. The prosecution had the burden at the exam of establishing evidence of every element, and that included penetration. And again, the case law is clear on this. In particular, the case I cited in my motion, People v. McNeese, while that is unpublished, is particularly relevant because it highlights this distinction where it needs to be more than just, it uses very similar language to that used in the exam here with this emphasis on touching the vagina, rubbing the vagina. That's not enough for penetration. And there was even a specified testimony about under the underwear and over. And yet, even with that fact, the court still held that this was not penetration. And that's similar to what we have here, this description of some degree of touching in that area, but that alone is not penetration. It also relies on published case law, People v. Payne. Rubbing one hand, where it concludes that rubbing one hand over another vaginal area does not qualify as penetration. And I'd also like to address the response from the prosecution to this motion, because the argument they're making was not reflected in the preliminary exam testimony. Specifically, there was no testimony about inside the vagina. So while they're now arguing that that is possible, it's not the testimony we heard. We didn't hear this contrasting of the labia and the vagina. And this diagram that is now referenced in the motion was not used in the exam. So in conclusion, the prosecution did not meet the probable cause standard for first-degree criminal sexual conduct because there was no evidence of penetration, and bind over was not proper, specifically as to that charge.
Thank you. All right, who's going to take the lead from the people?
That's you, Judge.
All right, very good.
So I'll start with the first argument made by Mr. Riggins. The complaining witness there, referenced by his initials PB, she testified specifically that he touched my private part where I use the bathroom with. When asked what comes out. She stated urine. I then asked, tell me about what part of him touches you there. She states his hand. And what does he do? What does his hand do when he touches you there? She states he rubs my private part with his hands. I then clarified, is this on the top part of that? And she interjected, said the bottom. And I said, would that be where the pee comes out? She says, uh-huh. I clarified, is that a yes? So in summary, she testifies she's rubbing the bottom part of her private part where the pee comes out. Your Honor, in a motion to quash the highest deference to the reviewing magistrate in this case, it requires an abuse of discretion, which is most deference to the district court. Penetration requires any sort of intrusion, however slight. And we use the term genital opening rather than vagina, so that penetration of that labia majora is sufficient to establish penetration or criminal sexual conduct in the first degree. Here, the complaining witness testified that the defendant rubbed her on her bottom part where the pee comes out. When we think about basic anatomy, we know that pee or urine for women comes through the urethral opening. There's a lot of, biological anatomy down there, but we know that the urethral opening is an internal structure that's beyond both the labia majora and the labia minora. So when this complaining witness testifies that he rubbed her bottom part where the pee comes out, she's referring to an internal structure, thereby penetration. The examining magistrate also found that, and said in her ruling, that for a woman to urinate, it's not on the outside of her labia. That's an internal, that would be beyond that. And so she found that it was a question of fact. I don't believe that there's any abuse of discretion by that. I believe that there's satisfactory testimony, at least to a probable cause standard, for that count. And do you want me to go on to the next one?
Please.
Okay. In the second case, extremely similar. This one is specifically, this complaining witness starts off by saying, how somebody would play with you in your sleep, like you would feel them in your ear, like this or something. We don't have what she was demonstrating, but she's playing with her ear. He was doing that to my vagina when I woke up and I was crying. I stated, all right, when you wake up to feeling something? She said, yes. I asked, where do you feel something at? She says, at my vagina. And I said, what do you feel at your vagina? Should I feel like somebody playing with me? Like, I don't know, like somebody's trying to touch you but not wake you up while he's touching you. And I said, what part of him is touching it? How touching you? She said, he's using his hands. She later confronted the defendant about it. He's asked her why I was acting so weird towards it. She said, you don't remember what you did to me? The defendant, looked me dead in the face and said, I don't remember doing that, but if I did do it, then I'm sorry. Again, the reviewing standard is abuse of discretion. And here, similarly, she testified that she felt the defendant at her vagina, that she felt the defendant playing with her, using his hands at her vagina. It's more than just mere contact, mere brushing against a vagina, or just merely touching on top of it. It's an intentional act at her vagina. By stating she felt the defendant's hand at her vagina, she's testifying to penetration. She did not state that she felt his hand on or over her vagina, but rather at her vagina. Again, we look at basic anatomy, Judge. The vaginal opening is beyond beyond or inside both the labia majora and the labia minora. And so because sexual penetration is defined as the labia majora and beyond, the vaginal opening is beyond both the labia majora and minora. And so by stating that she felt the defendant's hands at her vagina playing with her, she testified to penetration. And I believe that there is satisfactory testimony on the record to satisfy that to the probable cause standard, which is, again, probable cause standard is the lowest standard, and abuse of discretion is the highest deference to the examining magistrate. And I believe that they both create.
And now let's play Burlington.
Your Honor, in all seriousness, we're giving far more biology of the human anatomy than we've ever put on the record at the preliminary examination. All we had at the preliminary examination they were touched at the area. We have young ladies who, although at the time this happened, may have been too young to describe the actual part. At the time of the preliminary examination, surely they could have said, he touched me on the inside. He forced my panties aside. He touched me on the inside. And in either case, was that testimony ascertained? That testimony was given, that question was asked by either people. So here, all we have is hyperbole. This is what the complaining witnesses must have meant when they said that. Yeah, and I think that is a far reach, and I think surely that is an abuse of discretion to just simply say they must have meant there was internal penetration. That is an element the prosecution has to prove in each and every case when they charge a CST in the first degree. In neither case was that proven, was that ascertained. We just have speculation, and to put those charges in front of a jury would simply be wrong, Your Honor. So we're actually now to grant both motions for quash.
Judge, I would just reiterate what he is already saying. I think in my case in particular, there's this emphasis on the word at. There's just it's not realistic to say that that's what at means. This comparison between at and over is really not what plain meaning tells us about the word at. Is very different from inside. All of what Ms. Oregon's really just emphasized. So again, I would object that this should be dismissed today.
All right, thank you. All right, well, on a motion to quash, and there's 2 motions to quash that have been filed by defense. The court has to review the record for an abuse of discretion, which has already been pointed out. The abuse of discretion standard is a high burden. And defense, through their written and oral arguments today, have challenged the sufficiency of the evidence presented on the bind over the respective counts of criminal sexual conduct in the first degree regarding the issue of penetration. So the court has had an opportunity to listen to the respective arguments from the attorneys here today. Also had an opportunity to review the lower court record and namely the transcripts. And of course, the prosecution at the preliminary examination has the burden to show competent evidence that probable cause exists on each of the elements of the charge of offenses. So here, looking at pertinent portions of the transcript, and I'll start with the case where PE is the alleged complainant. There's a few pertinent portions of that examination transcript, starting on page 58. And it notes line 20, for answer to a question, he touched my private part where I used the bathroom. Question, okay, and when you use the bathroom, what comes out? Answer, urine. Question, urine, okay, tell me about what part of him touches you there. Answer, his hand. Question on the following page, okay, what does his hand do when he touches you there? Answer, he rubs my private part with his hands. Question, okay, what's this? So when he's rubbing your private part with his hands, is this on the top part? Answer, the bottom. Question, the bottom part, okay? Answer, yes. Question, okay, and is that would be where the pee comes out? Answer, yes. With regard to the file where the alleged complainant is AD, I'm directing the attorney's attention to the pertinent portion of the testimony on this issue of penetration, page 83, line 14. This would be multiple paragraphs into her respective answer. Reading, and you know how you like how somebody would play with you in your sleep, like you would feel them. And I think the pertinent part of this answer that's relevant to this determination is the next 3 words. And again, it's like you would feel them, quote, in your ear, like this or something. He was doing that to my vagina when I woke up and I was crying. Moving to the next page, page 84. Question, okay, where were you sleeping? Answer, I was sleeping in the bed with him. Question, you were sleeping in the bed with your dad? Answer, yes. Moving to page 85, line 8, question, all right, when you wake up, you kind of wake up to feeling something. Answer, yes. And where do you feel something at? Answer, my vagina. Question, what is it that you feel at your vagina? Answer, I feel like somebody playing with me. Like, I don't know, like somebody like trying to touch you, but trying not to wake you up while I'm touching you. Question, okay, do you know what part of him he is using to touch you? Answer, he's using his hands. So sexual penetration is defined, and that's defined under 75052-0AR, sexual intercourse, cunnilingus, fellatio, anal intercourse, or any other intrusion, however slight, of any part of a person's body or of any object into the genital or anal openings of another person's body, but emission of semen is not required. And here, based upon my review of the lower court's record testimony utilized in making the finding of a decision, I think based upon the testimony that I just read in the record verbatim, the examining judge did not use her discretion in finding over in respect to criminal sexual conduct in the first degree. I think there was sufficient evidence presented on each of the elements, and specifically the elements of penetration in both files to uphold the find over, and attorneys may respectfully deny the motion to squash. All right. So attorneys, we have a couple of other issues to discuss. In defense, would you like to get into the discovery issue that was noted earlier?
I'm interested in that. So one of the largest pieces of evidence is the CSLI that was used at the preliminary examination, which the prosecutor posits puts Mr. Butts at the scene of where certain pieces of evidence were located.
And so we're clear, counsel, you are moving into the file ending in 218.
Yes,
Okay.
apologize. Thank you.
Okay.
Back on February the 6th, Mr. Riggins reached out to the people and alerted them that our expert to review what we needed was the Cellbrite UFD, basically the underlying data that is pulled, not the report that is generated from Cellbrite.
What was the date that was put on notice?
February 6th.
February 6th. Okay, so just about 6 months ago.
Correct.
Okay.
And then we received a response back on the 14th from people saying that they would work on it and get back to us. We received another response on the 28th that they were looking for the files, essentially discussing that it's a huge amount of data that has to be transferred. And then we followed up, it was sometime later. And the next response I have is from May 28th, that there would be follow-up with the right person at DPD. They would get back to us. So we've been in communication with the people about this for this entire time. There's no surprise we've been asking for it. And the response has generally been either that the DPD has it and they're working on transferring it, or that it's taking a really long time to do because the data is so great. They have to basically go through 3 different, they would take it from a hard drive onto another thing that can be transferred, put it on ours, and then they can send it to us. And as of this morning, we still don't have it. We are less than 2 months out now from trial. And given this is a huge amount of data, we have to have our expert look at it. We are very concerned that we don't have it yet.
Understood. So we do have trials set in that file. I've got it set for October 6th, so we're just north of 2 months by my math. So Mr. Makepeace, did you wish to respond from the people's perspective? Why has this taken so long when it was put on your notice 6 months ago?
Yes, Judge, no, and I'm not disputing the dates or the emails that Ms. Quick referenced and the responses. There was a period of time where we had because it is an unusual request for the underlying file. They do, for the record, are in receipt of the cell phone forensic extraction reports that are generated, which are the files that are usually turned over. Those are UFDR files. This is the underlying file that comes with that or is generated and then put into a report. They have requested that on the dates and times. There was a period of time where I had to communicate with the OIC as well as the cell phone expert at DPD to figure out exactly what they were asking for. That did take some time, and then there was a period of time where I requested from the defense a hard drive that they provided to us for these to be uploaded onto. That hard drive, and I don't have the exact date in front of me, was turned over by Mr. Riggins to me. I transported that hard drive to the Detroit Police Department and provided that to the officer in charge of the case, as well as with the understanding that she and the cell phone expert would get together and get this uploaded. That's where I think the biggest delay comes from, is that there was a little bit of a miscommunication to them, between them, on our side of it, which is that one said it was done, one said that the other person did it, and nobody actually ended up doing it. When I went back to pick it up, it wasn't done. At that time, I brought the hard drive back to DPD and said, this needs to be done as quickly as possible. That was within the last month or so. The actual process for them to upload these or get the files onto the hard drive is to take it from a Blu-ray disc or a DVD onto a computer and then onto the hard drive itself. That does take some time, given that there are, I think, 15 or so phone dumps that they've requested these files for, and the amount of information is large. as of this morning, I spoke with the cell phone expert doing this. He states that it will be done middle of this week, Wednesday. And at which point I will myself go to DPD, gather the hard drive, and provide it direct.
So you believe you will have it to them by the 6th?
Yes.
Okay. Which is exactly 2 months out from our trial date. All right. Why don't we schedule an additional pretrial date for all files? Bring it in to hash out any potential trial issues and things of that nature. Also noting the people did file a notice of other acts. Which files did you? Which files did you file?
Judge, I filed that on all of the cases except for the newest one, because that one wasn't in the system yet. So yes, there should have been 4 filed as of last week.
Okay.
And we do intend to file an objection.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. So why don't we schedule a date to hear that? Are you anticipating filing a notice on the case Mr. Buck was arraigned on today?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Defense, how much time do you want to respond?
2 weeks.
Okay.
I apologize. Mr. Riggins is out of the office for one of those next 2 weeks. So if we have 3.
Let's come back on Friday, September 5th.
Judge, I'm out of, I'm off that day. Back the next Monday though.
Is this something, Ms. Ripley, that you would be able to handle in Mr. McPeace's absence? If not, I can provide another date.
It is, Judge, but I'm going to be in a 2-defendant homicide trial that starts on the 2nd. And it's in Judge Cusick, so I anticipate it going on Friday.
Okay, understood. What if we come back on Friday, September 12th, mid-morning?
If we could come after my exam, that would be good for me.
The 12th is not a good day.
12th is not a good day.
I could do the 11th.
Ms. Ripley on the 11th?
I'm going to be in that 2-defendant homicide. That's it, the 15th or the 16th. I know that's cutting close. We're starting to cut close, but
We could do the
What, Tuesday the 16th? Does that work for everyone's calendars?
Seems to work. Yep, that works.
Okay, we'll come back Tuesday, September 16th, to listen to argument on the other acts notice that the people have filed. Let's set that hearing at 10 a.m. All right, were there any additional issues that needed to be talked about or addressed from the people's perspective for today?
Judge, no additional issues. As I would in any case, I would just place on the record an invitation for defense counsel to come to our office to go through both paper and digital files to make sure that there are no other surprises. Just place it on the record. Ms. Quick, Mr. Riggins can communicate with me to set that up.
Absolutely. And as noted in chambers, when we set our October trial date, it was far off in the future. It was far off in the future with the, of course, the intent that all parties would make sure that they're doing everything possible to make sure that this case, or case is, trial ready for October the 6th. So at this point, we've got a trial date, October 6th.
Well, trial date is October 6th. You're not getting out of this. He's going to have to deal with what he did. And it's clear as day that he unalived Naziah. It's just so crazy how so many things led up to this. And they were trying to hide the facts. Now you're trying to get this thrown out, that thrown out, the case dismissed. None of that is happening. So the trial will be going on October, and we will be here to watch it. And I do feel like Jarvis is going to get life. He's going to get life. Even though her body has not been found, it's a sad case. It really is. It really is a sad case, y'all. But that is the update. That was the last court appearance for Jarvis regarding the Naziah Harris case. So we are caught up on that. So I'm going to end it here. I'll probably come back later. Because I gotta get into it, y'all. I really gotta get into it. So y'all make sure y'all turn on y'all bell notifications. Y'all make sure
You want to
Y'all
support
make
me?
sure y'all
Go
put
to
on y'all
Nene.
bell notifications. Make sure y'all are hitting the subscribe button, and make sure y'all are liking the video. I will clip out some of this stuff. Lookers, they want charges dropped. No. Ain't none of them charges being dropped, but they're going to go back and make some arguments in September. So we shall see what happens with that, but I don't think nothing is getting dropped. But all right, y'all. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Thank y'all for popping in, checking in on me. And that is all I have. Oh, let me show y'all. Let me go to my page. Bella Roxy. Let's see. I really do appreciate y'all for kicking it with me today. This was my last video with Remy Ma. Hey, yo, it's your girl, Kim Bella Roxy. Shout out to all my Kim Bays and my Kim Boos. If you're new to the channel, you already know. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, drop me a comment, and turn on your bell notifications. Y'all, today we have to get to Remy.
Really pressed about Remy. Like, we did see all this stuff going on with Remy, Clarissa, and Papoose. It's just, I don't know if the girls are on Remy house. I think it's in my Camboose. So let me know what y'all think in the comments, and I will check y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.
Don't come in front, don't like the past, but let me get behind. I am that guy for real, must I remind you? I was at dinner, the restaurant.
All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.